Hello, this is Brian again. Well, I'm a little ways down. I'm down past this Stairmaster part. I think there was another one if I remember correctly, but yeah, that's like the Stairmaster right there. Like two or three sections of stairs getting up there. So yeah, I decided I'd make at least another video on the way back down. So this will be part 4. I missed this on the way up, but appears to be a Quercus acutidens over here. Thinking, wow, it doesn't look so good. Doesn't look so healthy. What's going on? Well, I think this one's actually going deciduous right now, because we are in a very dry scenario right now. Yep, looks like the clouds are starting to lift. There's South Fortuna. North Fortuna is still shrouded. But back to what I was talking about. Yeah, it appears this one's going deciduous to try to conserve resources. Scrub oaks have been known to do that. And this also, especially with this one here, this one I'm almost certain this is Quercus acutidens. It probably sharing one of its characteristics from its Engelmann oak parent, Quercus engelmannii. So this one might be doing what Quercus engelmannii sometimes does, the Engelmann oak, and shedding its leaves and becoming sparsely foliated during drought. So this one I don't think is dying. I think it's just going dormant because of the extreme dryness in the area. So at first I was a little concerned, but then I came here to take a look at it more closely, and it appears that these twigs still are pretty fleshy, meaning they still have green inside the twigs. So this shrub appears to be going dormant right now. This right here is a dead branch because you can see it partially got severed there, but the rest of these leaves probably turn yellow and brown and are shedding to the floor of the chaparral. So I'm almost certain, almost 100% certain, maybe about 95 to 98% certain that this is Quercus acutidens. And Quercus acutidens does come from Engelmann oak, Quercus engelmannii, and Quercus Cornelius Mülleri. So to see this shedding some of its leaves during the dry period is not very surprising. So this one might be pretty sparsely foliated through the winter months. So it might stay dormant during the winter until the rains reactivate the soil. It might not leaf out until the early spring, maybe. So Engelmann oak, I think, I've yet to do a spotlight on that. Well, I've recorded a spotlight on Engelmann oak once, but as I was leaving the area where I recorded the spotlight video, I found out that I inadvertently and accidentally was on some kind of private property. So I was like, whoa. I was thinking to myself, whoa, I didn't realize, because I was right near where there was a parking area for something. So I thought I was good to go. And then on the way out, I noticed it looked like there was something that said no trespassing or private property or something. And you know me, I like to be respectful. So that was kind of an accidental scene there. So I never uploaded the video. You know, because oh, you never know, the person might see it and say, hey, this guy was on my property. It might not want his or her property filmed or transited. So it was a really good video. It was in October. The Engelmann oak was developing its acorns. It was a really good video. But since then I haven't really been really close to any real mature stands of Engelmann oak since then. It's back in October 2020. So what I was discussing in that video is that Engelmann oak has different levels of deciduousness. When it's not so dry, the Engelmann oak might remain evergreen or semi-evergreen. It might start shedding its leaves in the spring as the new leaves are coming out, or it might start shedding them during the summer of the dry years. this morning. So, during the dry years, Engelmann oaks might be shedding their leaves in the summer. And that's kind of what I was thinking about when I was just talking about that scrub oak. I was thinking, okay, Engelmann oaks often shed their leaves during very dry summers after very dry winters without rain. So, kind of interesting. Now we're starting to get busy. This is why I like to do my hikes early. So that scrub oak shedding its leaves right now might be from its Engelmann oak parent in the short of it. Because the Engelmann oak can be drought, sometimes drought deciduous in very dry years. Well, oh man, it's starting to get busy now. I only saw one other hiker on the summit. I'm trying to make my way down here. I wonder if I should branch off like the first two hikers I came across. I wonder if I should do that. It'd probably take me to Junipero Serra. It's becoming a cackle fest. No offense. Alright, I'm gonna have to go through the party of people. It's a whole group of them.
Hello.
Morning.
I don't think you're slow.
Shanice.
You're going my pace. I could go slow. Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome.
It's just good to hike back, though. But then other people.
A lot of people. That's why I like to get kind of early starts on these hikes. Now it's getting crowded. You're welcome. Mission Manzanita. Wow. Yeah, well, these Mission Manzanitas have really been producing a lot of droops, unless that was last year's. Mission Manzanitas a lot of them seem to be full of those droops. I know I've mentioned this in other videos, but the name Xylococcus means woody fruit or woody berry. Now the fruit is a drupe, and drupes are, I think, at least semi-related to berries botanically. So sometimes the name is actually used interchangeably. But Xylococcus means woody fruit or woody berry in Greek, and that's an extremely suitable description of the fruit of Mission Manzanita. If you ever try to press one between your fingers, you're not really going to get anywhere. You're most certainly probably not going to want to try to eat them. I don't think they're edible to begin with anyways. Not like Arctostaphylos. I think Arctostaphylos, the true Manzanitas, I think just about all of them are supposed to be edible. And were actually very highly sought by the natives and also the wildlife, of course. But I do think there are some creatures, some animals that actually do eat the Mission Manzanita fruit. I don't know how. Those droops are hard as a rock. But I think I've read that the grizzly bear population that used to live here way back, way back, used to feast on Arctostaphylos and Xylococcus, the Mission Manzanita droops. And I think that Mission Manzanita's main propagation was from the scarification of the seeds in the digestive tract of the grizzly bear, I believe. Because seedling Mission Manzanitas are extremely rare. Probably less than a handful of vouchers for seedlings. So right now, most of the population is just already here. So I think the decimation of the population of grizzly bears was extremely detrimental to the reproduction of this plant, the Mission Manzanita. It's pretty sad, because once some of these shrubs are very old. I believe there are Mission Manzanitas that are well over 1,000 years old here in San Diego County, maybe southwestern Riverside County. I don't know how old the population is in the Verdugo Mountains of LA County. I've seen that population just up a hill from the Stowe Canyon Nature Center. That's in the Burbank area. There's a population of Mission Manzanita there too, very disjunct one, because you're basically only going to find it in northern Baja, coastal and foothill San Diego County, maybe a couple of spots in the Santa Ana Mountains in Orange County, at the very most, probably just a small population or two. It's very uncommon in Orange County. And in the southwestern Riverside County area, the Temecula Valley, I believe, and up towards the Santa Rosa Plateau, which is also in Riverside County. It's not that super far from Temecula and Lake Elsinore. I've seen Mission Manzanita there too, so it is in Riverside County. And then you got to go all the way to the Verdugo Mountains, which lie across a valley from the foot of the San Gabriel Mountains, and there is a population there. I've seen it. It was many years ago before I started filming my hikes. I don't know how that population's fared. I'm pretty sure it resprouted if it was touched by the 2017 fires in December. I'm pretty sure they would resprout, because they are burl producing shrubs. But it's just kind of interesting to think that, hey, you wonder how this plant is going to survive. Because if the animals that ate the droops and scarified the seeds to allow them to germinate aren't there, what's going to happen? I don't know if fire is a germination producing event for Mission Manzanita. I don't think it is. Not like it is for a lot of other manzanitas. Regular manzanitas get their seeds scarified seemingly multiple times from fire and animal digestive tracts. So the Mission Manzanita seems not to respond as much. And germinating them in horticulture is supposed to be extremely difficult. Terminating Mission Manzanita, I believe, requires, I think, a few to several months of stratification in temperatures of 55 degrees Fahrenheit. And for some reason that seems to be pretty hard to, at least for the average lay person, to accomplish. So Mission Manzanitas are very plentiful right now. But what happens when the old roots stalks start to fail? What's going to happen? Makes me concerned. I think I'll have to worry about it in my lifetime, but I mean, what about future generations going to miss out on a beautiful plant? A plant that I very highly love. I was going to say that about everything. But yeah, I'm just heading back down basically the way I came. I'll just have to hoof it along the road back to the car. But like I say, the marine layer is already starting to thin out. It'll probably start opening up and the sun will start coming out soon. So, and it's getting a lot busier here on the trail. And I don't usually like filming other people while I'm hiking. So that's why you see me turn my camera to the side. And I try to be respectful. Not everybody wants to be on camera. So that's why you see me turning it in sometimes weird directions. Sometimes I'll point it right at my face, or I'll point it off in the shrubs on the side of the trail. Sometimes I'll step off the trail a little bit to wait for a group to go by. You know, I try to be respectful. Well, I'm just going to be heading back down the way I came. Thanks for watching my video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on my next hiking adventure.